Ladies and Pack Gang, welcome back to the Tough Cast. Cause we're so freaking tough.
Ooh.
I'm Timmy Tough Knuckles, and like that guy.
And I'm Billy Bad Bum.
That is probably the toughest tough.
And what episode are we on?
I'm pretty sure on episode 6.
What? I thought we were on episode 7.
No,
Episode 6, we had the Talk to a Podcast crossover.
no, that doesn't count. That wasn't an episode. That was like a spin-off.
Alright, fine. It could just be episode 6, 7.
I mean, okay.
Well, I guess they should know the background of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Alright, well, they should know. It's about Emmett Till. He was a black kid who went to a store with his friends, and somewhere in the store, there was like a whistle, and it wasn't him, right? But still, the lady behind the counter was like, "Why are you whistling at me?" It was a white girl. It was a white girl, which is very important because she said to her friends, like, that kid was whistling at me, and they did not like that. So it became night, and they kidnapped him, shot him, and then threw him in a river. Very bad thing. This was a while ago.
Wait, actually,
Yeah.
no. Joe
Alright,
Joe
let me
Rogan
know.
was just texting me. I think he wants to be on the podcast.
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan?
Actually, he's walking in right now. Is that Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, what are you doing here?
Hey chat, just wanted to stop by my Super Sigma and Tough Goon buddies. So are we rizzing or what?
Wow, I can't believe it. Wake up! Alright, well, how do you think the media might report the situation if the roles were reversed, you know? I think it was a really good, interesting question to get us started on our podcast.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's pretty tough.
Answer that one, because, you know, like, they're reversed. I think, like, Emmett Till, if he was now white and then the worker was black, the noises probably would have been played off like she was making them for him. You know, we'd just say that, and he wouldn't get in trouble. And most likely, you know, I'll stop talking.
I'm sorry.
Then afterwards, when he gets kidnapped and killed, those black people who killed him would get in a lot more trouble than the white people did. Oh, is that Gojo?
Gojo, do you wanna like follow this up?
Yeah, like, what would you say the media has role in playing, like, shaping our opinion of this, you know?
We consume media and use it as our main way to gather information, so we depend heavily on what the media tells us. Even if it's lies, we can barely tell, since we only know what the media tells us.
Thank you, Gojo. Oh my gosh,
That was honestly amazing.
But what do you think, like, the legal consequences would have been in that situation when the, like, things are reversed?
You know what? That is an excellent question for the ages. I think I have to answer that. The consequences would be very different. The two men who murdered him probably would have been sent straight to jail. What do you think you're doing?
Oh man, I was taking a really important phone call. What was it?
And the girl most likely would have gone to prison too. I'm just saying. That's probably would have happened.
KSI wants a part of this. What? Hang on, we'll add him to the podcast real quick. KSI, how does race sometimes affect how justice is carried out?
Alright, little bro, race can affect how justice is carried out, because if someone is white, they might be favored by the judge and maybe even get their charges dropped.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's pretty good.
I know that was excellent, I must say. Would the public response have been different?
Yeah, that's a really good question, honestly. I think the public response would be very different because back in that time, white man killing a black person was not really that big of a deal. Lynching was a very popular thing, and like white people killing black people, really not that like rare, you know. Sit down.
I'm sorry.
Yes, there's a really unpopular YouTuber nobody really knows about, but one person really likes. And he's forcing the other person to be in a podcast video. What? Alright. I guess Adam. Is that Yahya Mice? Yahya Mice, tell us about racial dynamics in the US.
This shows the difference between the death and impact between a white kid dying and a black kid dying.
Wow, I couldn't have said better. That's a really good explanation, you know? Get your face away from the camera.
It's a really nice looking camera.
I have another question actually. How might this have changed the direction or, the speed of like the civil rights movement?
Huh?
Were you listening to me?
No.
How would this have changed the direction or speed of the civil rights movement?
I'll answer your question right now, I promise. The difference for civil rights movement would have changed because it would give some white people more reason to fear black people.
By the way, you guys are not tough, and I'm way cooler than you weird losers.
Whoa. No, like, Pat God, humble him.
Yo, you talk tough online, but you soft like a bedtime story, claiming you a beast, more like background noise.
That was so tough.
Yep. No, we don't have Mr. Bumford to humble him though.
Wait. I'm getting an incoming call. Oh my God. Mr. Bumford said that he would humble Pat God for us.
What?
Homegrown, never known, long boned, extra known, just a clone, little owned. You built like a clown.
Mr. Bumford.
Oh, that was evil. That was devious.
Oh, good thing we don't have any more people to call in, and I hear another call. You have a really cool guy you want me to meet. Huang Chul Soon.
Whoa.
He sounds really cool. Oh yeah, he's my favorite Chinese bodybuilder. Yeah, I guess Huang Chul Soon would be able to react in the same way to, like, the injustice.
No, because everyone would see those black people attacking a helpless young white boy instead of some white men beating up a black boy.
I'm just making sure my mic works,
Oh.
Alright.
I see. I do have another question for you, I think. What would it say about our justice system if the perpetrators were not held accountable?
I mean, it would say a lot about our racial view and how black people are more, kind of put on like the hook more than white people, and how white people are kind of, always seen innocent unless there really is no other black person to really, be like, it was you. I guess, what lessons should we take from this, kind of flip scenario?
The lessons we should take is that the public eye would see this event very differently if the roles were reversed.
Is that subway surfers below us? Like, we're not that boring.
I know.
From a cool lesson. What is... Yo? There's more... Yo, there's so much stuff! Oh, we're not that boring, are we?
Yeah, we're not like that boring. Are we in a clip right now?
Joe Rogan has something to say about this.
Joe Rogan?
You can better understand people's views and how they see other races and possibly fix their views. It could also show who can be trusted as a jury or judge.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything else.
You can be. Are you sure?